President Trump recently ordered a renovation of the National Mall reflecting pool. It spans the Washington Monument, also the Lincoln Memorial. Now, part of the renovation would paint the bottom American flag blue, as it's described. Critics say this changes would turn one of the nation's hallowed monuments into a swimming pool, essentially. A landscape architect group has actually filed a lawsuit trying to stop this and reverse it. Our partners at PolitiFact recently looked at a few of the president's statements when it comes to the reflecting pool and what's happening here. Chief correspondent Lou Jacobson joining us once again. So, Lou, one thing President Trump has said when it comes to the reflecting pool is that he's described it as longer than the tallest building in the world if you were to somehow set that on its side. And this reflecting pool is almost 200 feet wide. So does that all track?
So that's not quite true. The pool is 2,028 feet long, and that would rank it fourth in the world if it were a skyscraper, following buildings in Dubai, Kuala Lumpur, and Shanghai.
Okay, so top five, but yeah, not quite accurate there.
Yeah.
President Trump also said the reflecting pool repairs would take about 2 weeks. Those were his words. How is the estimate holding up at this point?
So by now it's been 3 weeks since Trump first said it would take 2 weeks. He said the project is doing more than was planned at first, and that's why it's taking a bit longer. I went to the pool a few days ago, and the full length was covered in black, with trucks and machinery visible and making noise. The pool was circled by black fencing. More recently, Trump has said we are probably 70% finished with it, and that it would open in a couple of weeks.
The president also said back on May 7th, the federal government's going to fix the pool for about $1.8 million. Is that number still holding up?
It's not. It's significantly more now due to the greater scope of the project. According to news reports, the cost is now $13.1 million, which is more than 10 times what he said it was.
And Lou, in terms of the work itself, finally, there's kind of some question over whether President Trump knew the contractor who was picked to overhaul the reflecting pool. What'd you learn about this?
Yeah, so Trump has said different things about whether he knew the contractor. He said the company has worked with me in the past doing swimming pools, but in a later Truth Social post, he said he did not know the company and had never used them before. The White House told us when we were reporting our story that Trump does not have a personal relationship with the contractor, but that he was familiar with the company's work.
Interesting. Okay. Lou, we appreciate your time on this one. I know a lot of people have been watching what's been happening there. Thank you.
Great, thank you.